Let's rock, baby. So, hello everybody. What is going on? Today is Kibe Shimaki here, and welcome back. Well, to the finale, I guess, or more so the bonuses of Devil May Cry. Last time, we wrapped up this game and said farewell to Mundus and Mallet Island, along with gaining an ally in Trish. This time, well, we're going to go over briefly just what is now available to us, considering we beat the game on normal. What we obtain upon defeating the game in normal mode is we obtain the ability to not have a character change, but a difficulty increase. We can now go through hard mode, and what that basically spells for us is you get to continue with your previous save progress, as long as you're doing a loaded game. But also you face increasingly tougher enemies at earlier stages. So, for instance, back over in Mission 7, the Waterways, I think it is, instead of Beelzebubs in the halls or sin scissors, you'll run into frosts and things of the like. Areas where you might find marionettes, you'll run into fetishes. So keep that in mind. It is just a giant difficulty increase. Some enemies have a bit more health, some enemies have a bit less health, but they get more aggressive. You take more damage, you take less damage, etc., etc. Upon beating hard mode is when you obtain a character change, allowing you to look as the legendary Dark Knight Sparda. And what that means is it doesn't make much of a difference overall. If we actually check my other save file, which I'm going to pop into real quick, there's no changes in terms of the intro sequence or anything like that, but what there is a slight difference is more so the main character's look. Dante now looks like Sparda, or the incarnation of Sparda. Voice-wise, though, no difference.
The castle is above this cliff. Come on, let's go!
With her rather quick movement, we actually hear him attack, and it's basically the same, no real difference. We get to keep our red orbs and such as that as long as you're continuing from a save file. In terms of weapons and things like that, his handguns are no longer ebony and ivory, but they're known as Luche and Umbra. They are Sparda's handmade weapons. Along with that as well, he has a special one known as Yamato. It's the legendary sword wielded by Sparda. It is said that it has the will and the power to divide and wipe out the darkness. So, yeah, Yamato is actually a real interesting thing because it's got a special look, but also it's got a little bit of a zap to it, and it actually utilizes some of the abilities that, what is it? That, Ifrit uses. No, not Ifrit. Alistair, sorry about that. You can also go to different areas, of course, but yeah, it utilizes a lot of the spells that Ifrit has. It has High Time. There we go. Stinger, of course. It also has its own Devil Trigger as well, so that's really cool as to what it does and what it looks like. And actually, you can see that we actually turn to look like Sparda in this form, which is really sick. So keep that in mind, of course, and, be very wary of that. I guess the only other thing to note is, well, like I said, if you're continuing a save file, you actually get to see different things. And within areas that blue orbs used to be, are now a bunch of yellow orbs. So, of course, they give you a little generosity with it, and they make things just a pitch bit easier. Not that much easier, but just a pitch bit. Aside from that, yeah, of course, we have now, once you beat hard mode, go back to the menu real quick. Back here at the main menu, upon beating hard mode, you obtain Dante Must Die. Enemies have increased health. You will probably not encounter marionettes as often. You'll probably run into fetishes more frequently. Again, blue orbs are replaced by yellow orbs. You take loads more damage, and things are a lot more rough. So keep that in mind, of course. I have a save file for Dante Must Die that I have to complete. I haven't done it yet. I'm actually saving that for much later myself, to which I know you guys are going to enjoy when I get to that. Um, but aside from that, you get to basically continue on with your previous information and all your bonus upgrades and things like that. What else is shown off, or I guess what else there is to note, is within the extras menu, we have ourselves achievements, galleries, and if we so choose, we can look to the credits again. But I guess what there is to note is in terms of achievements, these took me some time. My gosh. You have your standard ones for beating the game on the different difficulties, and of course, you have stuff for obtaining certain abilities. There's also the secret missions, of course, getting an S rank on any mission, which is super simple, and there's some that are just story progression wise battling Phantom and beating him, battling Griffin, battling Nello, battling Nightmare, and battling Mundus. A little bit of a couple harder ones to do is getting an S rank combo with Ifrit and Alistair, which is just a lot of focus and a bit of just making sure you're continuously hitting or juggling the enemy and not putting yourselves out of a stylish or the cool combo as we've seen before. They're pretty easy to get to as long as you're kind of doing the same moves over and over, like high time, regular attack 1-2, high time again, things like that. Just keep doing that over and over. You should be able to get Thunderstruck done pretty easily. And Hot as Hell, same thing. Just keep doing the standard 4-hit combo and the jump dive kick, and that should basically do it. Or the 4-hit combo or 3-hit combo and then the kick 13, and that should do it. Now the status menu. Ugh. A big pain. A lot of the enemy files, you get an achievement for at least encountering the enemies once. You get an achievement for obtaining at least half of the entries, and you obtain an achievement for collecting every enemy file, which is not easy. It has been a giant pain for myself, and there's just so much to go over. But what I can recommend is you're gonna need a lot of patience for some of these characters or for some of their enemy entries, and pretty much just utilize all your weapons. I know I can give a little tip right now for the sin sights. Yeah, for the sin sights, kind of stand in one spot and spam them with ebony and ivory. Eventually, they will release their umbrella attack, and then you have to get hit for the second part of that entry to be obtained. With frost, just stay in the line of fire, and eventually they will dissipate towards you on mission 17. A lot of these entries and a lot of these special attacks, you kind of have to succeed on the first encounter with them. If you attempt to do it outside of that, there's a possibility that they won't even do the attacks. I learned that the hard way, and I sort of suffered for it, but I got really lucky, with mission 19 and stuff, running to those frosts again. I think it was 19 or 20 or 21. But yeah, just keep that in mind, of course. When you first encounter them, try to expend all types of energies and all types of spells and weapons to get them to use certain attacks. Thanks to GameFAQs, I guess, for some of the help, but also for various forum pages and stuff for providing the little tips. But that's how I did it. That's how I utilized it, and that's how I learned from it. You get standard achievements from obtaining a bunch of red orbs. You get an achievement for completing a blue orb. You gain an achievement for maxing out your vitality gauge, which is collecting all blue orb fragments and purchasing all blue orbs, as well as obtaining any blue orbs that are available within the game. So keep that in mind, make note of everything that we've come across, and just stock up on red orbs to fill your gauge out. It's a lot easier to do when you continue your save file into normal or hard mode. Collecting all the weapons, that's super easy, that's story objective. Devil made me do it. I took it upon myself to do hard mode with this one because I just wanted to do it. So I managed to beat the game without any continues, and now we have ourselves done without taking damage. There's nothing more. I mean, you could go through the gallery and you could run through the different audio and music and stuff like that. You can look at the different arts without having to see the status menus on top of them. You can see concept art for different characters and enemies and foes. And here's actually a really interesting thing to note. Ebony and Ivory. You can see a little bit of text on the inside of one of the guns, and it says for Tony Redgrave by AR Artworks or AS Artworks. I don't remember this. I know there's a clearer picture in here somewhere. They have a really cool coat of arms too for the castle, which is really sick. But I guess the big thing to really note, or something that might throw a lot of people off, is this image specifically. These two. They are known as Spencer, but who are they? Well, I guess a little fun factoid thanks to my buddy Nello. shout out to you. Screw you, you bitch. Um, Spencer. He was an original concept character made for this game, but originally DMC was not going to be DMC. It was actually going to be a Resident Evil entry, Resident Evil 4. Spencer was added in. He was going to be Spencer Redgrave, our father, and Dante was going to be known as Tony Redgrave. Though something along the lines, something changed. We end up getting what's his name? Our good buddy Leon coming back, and that version of RE4 out. And this wasn't scrapped, but instead changed to become well DMC, and the rest is history. It's a really cool thing and something worth noting. Yeah, you can see a bit better. AS artwork. There we go. 0.45 artworks. But yeah, Ebony and Ivory was supposed to belong to Tony Redgrave, the main character, and so something along the lines changed it all, and now we have DMC, the series as we know it. We also have a bit of a different artwork for some other enemies and stuff, but yeah, with that, there's not much more to really know. We could look at my Dante Must Die mode, and we could see just exactly where I stand, but that is going to be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you all continue to enjoy. I have 25 yellow orbs on this file. My gosh, I will not be going down anytime soon. But yeah, that is all that there is to it. I hope you guys did enjoy. I hope you all continue to enjoy, of course. And yeah, I'll certainly be seeing and catching all of you dudes next time as we join a being in a more animalistic form. We're going to be taking things into a new direction and trying out a new adventure with a goddess, to say the least. Hope you guys did enjoy, though. Hope you all continue to enjoy. If you're at all new, I will say this now. Please, hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Comment down below what you all enjoyed about the series. I most certainly would love to see. Share with anybody and everybody who you think might enjoy this game and things like that, or might enjoy my other content. And if you're out on new, why not consider subscribing? Hit that little bell for daily notifications. I do try to keep up daily and rapidly consistently. I don't know why I say consistency, but yeah, that is it from me for now. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll be seeing all of you dudes next time. Peace out, everybody.